Hi everyone, so today I'm going to do a showcase on a system that I built for my clients. So it's called Real Estate Capital Tracker. So just to give a bit of context, so my client is actually from a real estate agent. So what they have is that they have a lot of different properties that they actually maintain and manage. So in our examples here, so this is an example template, which I'll provide in the link below as well. So basically, they have a lot of different properties they have to maintain. So generally, one of the problems they have when they came to us is that so they have a lot of different properties, and then each of the properties requires a lot of different maintenance. For example, you can imagine maybe like a condominium. So condominium requires like maintenance on maybe the leaf broke down, maybe they need to hire a cleaner. So they call this like different projects. So going on at the same time for each of these. So they need some form of ways to track it. And then for each of these property, right, they will have someone called Area Facility Manager. So basically AFM. So this is what they call it. So the role of this AFM is that they have to keep track of this project. So each of them, maybe they have like 2 or 3 property under them, and then at the same time they will have to kind of updates. So what is the project ongoing, and then how much it's gonna cost. So that's kind of how one of the main pain point. So before they actually use Notion, right? So they're actually using Excel. So it's not the best way to kind of track this. What the client mentioned is just like once they have too many projects going on, it just kind of get lost. So that's why we built this Notion system for them. So what you're seeing here is the main page. So at the main page here, you can see that all the properties that they will have. So of course, this is just a sample here. And then you can see active projects. So this is actually linked to some of the formulas in the background. So basically, it will kind of tell you how many projects are currently active. So once you click inside, so you can see a few things here. So you have the entity name, the active projects, so number of units, so they kind of track like how many units are currently available for this property. And then this where's the city located, where the county, and then who is the area facility manager, who's the asset manager. And then here we have something called year end. So this is basically more the analytics part. But yeah, so that's the high level of it. And then at the bottom here, so we kind of have the keep track of the active projects and then the completed projects. So I can kind of know like how many projects are still ongoing. So this is more like a high level view. And then at the middle here, so we have this very AFM page. So it's designed specifically more for the AFM, the facility manager, to use. So each of them, you have their own specific page. So in this case, I'll select Thomas. So once you go inside here, so Thomas can have his own page, can change his own cover page, so it's up to him. So automatically, this page my properties. So it's basically filtered to Thomas. So he can see like what are the properties that he's handled right now. He can kind of have an overview of how many active projects. So at the same time, he will be able to see here. So we can see each of the properties here, and then he will have the active projects. So you kind of know what are the projects here. You can put down descriptions, what is it for, and then just what the stages right now, and then select the vendor. So I didn't put vendor here, for example. And then you can put the actual start date, the projected end dates, and then you kind of get the contract amount as well. So this kind of formula, so contract plus order amount. So yeah, this is kind of how you can enter new projects here, and then another one project here. So you can select the property that's under him, and then select the type of project descriptions, and then you can update the status. So once completed, you just go to the completed projects. So we wanted to make this as simple as possible, just to make it makes more sense for the users, especially since this will be used mainly for people that transition from Excel to Notion. So we'll kind of just make it as simple as possible. And then at the bottom here, so what we have is just database and then analytics. So the database standard, like I'll have all the databases listed here, like property, projects, change order, I mentioned earlier, and then vendors, and then just employee. So this is how we can maintain it. And then another one request for my clients on having analytics, which I kind of normally now I always do it for all my clients, just to let them have a dashboard. So this dashboard actually fits directly based on the database that we have. So we can select the year. So because the demo that I have only have 1 year, so we can select 2023 or we can select all. So what this does is that it will show you the data here. So for example, 2023, you can see like how many types of budget you have here, and then the total amounts, for the contract amounts, and then kind of types of projects that you have for the year. So just give it an overview. So this is actually more overview for the manager himself. So yeah, this is a showcase of it, and then I'll have the link below just so they can see the examples yourself. Thank you.